You ever remember as a child when your parents would go, oh, man, my neck is killing me, or I got this lower back pain. See them bend over, pick something up, and they stand back up like they're 100 years old, and they're like, ah. You're like, I just ran a mile and I feel great. What's your issue? Like, oh yeah, your time will come. Don't you worry. And then 17 comes around, and you're like, wow, I got that neck pain. You're like, oh shit, my parents were right again. Like, yeah, maybe it's just a fluke. My parents are never right, as any 17-year-old would say. Then we're 23 now, sitting in Dr. O's class. We got about 10 minutes before we get up out of our chairs, and I'm thinking, oh, shit, my knees are about to pop. I gotta stretch out. Well, your parents were right, as always, and you're thinking, I thought time was supposed to heal everything. Well, with time, there comes stresses and wear and tear on your body that you don't even realize that you're putting. If you back it up to when you were younger, as a baby sleeps on their back. A person is supposed to sleep in an anatomical position on their back, relaxed, not on their side, not on their other side, definitely not on your stomach. And I guarantee you, no one sleeps on their back. Or bending over to pick something up. A lot of people tend to bend at the back rather than squat down and pick it up. Or when you're 14 years old, you start playing sports, you start doing repetitive movements. Swinging a baseball bat, swinging a golf club. Okay? Now, as I grew up, I was always taking the shortcuts, trying to be the quickest, trying to be the strongest. When I was 17 years old, I started lifting, and I was always worried about, looking the best, being the most fit, having the beach bod going, doing that arm day every day. Come on, let's go, guys. You know what I'm talking about. Now, 23 years old, I have an undergrad in strength and conditioning. I was fortunate enough to start my strength and conditioning career when I was a freshman here at Canisius College. And then my junior year, Sergio Marino and Scott Godfrey became the head. Sergio became the head strength and conditioning coach, and Scott became the assistant strength and conditioning coach. They introduced to me functional movement. Now, all that wear and tear on your body is going to happen regardless. But it comes down to taking the easy way out, causing that more pain throughout your life, and neglecting functional movement. If you look at a baby, when they're placed on the ground, they're placed on their back. They can't support their head. They just lay there. They can't really move. The most stress they have on their body is pushing a poop out of their butt for 3 times a day, 4 times a day. And they eat and they sleep. So, as the baby starts to get older, first thing they do is they roll over on their stomach. And the next thing, they get up on all fours. After that, they get up on both knees. Then they get on one knee. Then they stand up. And then they squat. Now, if you ever want to see a perfect squat, watch a baby squat. Picture perfect. Can't go wrong with it. Because they don't have the stresses on their body as adults do. They don't have any external forces, and they aren't smart enough to realize that they can take an easy way out. Back to my undergrad degree, functional movement was introduced to me by Sergio Marino, and Greg Cook invented a functional movement system. It's a simple screening process that one has to, in order to give the screening, you have to be knowledgeable, and you technically have to be certified, but realistically, you don't. It's pretty simple. But it breaks down into 7 screens: a deep squat, hurdle step, an inline lunge, active straight leg raise, shoulder mobility, trunk stability, and rotor stability. Essentially, all 7 of those breaks down what I just explained about a baby going from the back position standing up. Now, as we look at those screening processes, we can break down the asymmetries in your body and the imbalances in your body, which at the end of the day causes your stresses or causes your pain throughout as an adult. And I've had the personal experience of working with my father and some of the athletes here at school and proving to them that balancing your body out can reduce a lot of the pain throughout your body. My dad had lower back pain. His pelvis was tilted forward too far, causing a pinch in his lower back. Gave him the functional movement test. Worked with him for about 4 weeks, started to feel better. Did another month, pain was gone. Unfortunately, I had to come back to college, so I couldn't train him anymore. And I told him, I was like, I don't want you to be doing this because you won't be doing it right even though you think you are. And that's the issue that a lot of people have. When they work out, when they just do simple tasks as bending something and picking it up, they feel like they're doing it correctly, but they aren't. That's where functional movement comes in. If you teach your body how to do functional movement correctly at first, you'll continue to do that properly throughout your entire life. But when you start to take the easy way out, that encounters it, and you're back to square one, having pain again. And as a strength and conditioning coach, I started to see this more and more often as I started to train more people, which became discouraging to myself, which pushed me away from strength and conditioning because I'm only one person, but compared to how many people took the CPT, Certified Personal Training Online, which is a 5-10 hour course, and don't have any actual information how to train, that gives me a bad name and my colleagues a bad name when I'm actually trying to help people. You know, they bring to them P90X or Insanity, or they have them doing Olympic lifts when they don't even know how to do a simple kettlebell squat, or a goblet squat, sorry. I wish that people would self-educate themselves on how to do functional movement. It's very simple. Look up Greg Cook, Functional Movement System online, and you can teach yourself and read up on it. This would take away a lot of the pains throughout the day as long as you self-educate yourself correctly and perform it correctly. Obviously, you think you're doing it right, so this will cause you to probably not actually do it correct. So that's why you should always have a coach there instead who actually knows what they're doing. But when you get it down, you're set to go. You know, I mean, it's simple as bending, picking something over, that's all in your head. I mean, you just gotta bend at the knees rather than bend at the back. I mean, that's what they teach in all work environments. That's just a rule of thumb. But the whole point of this talk is stop taking the easy way out. Stop trying to be the quickest, the baddest, the strongest. Because at the end of the day, when you're 40 years old, 50 years old, or sitting in your recliner when you're 90 years old, you can reduce a lot of that stress that you have at that time and the pain by taking care of your body in the previous years. And that starts now.